Farm. Family. Community. This is Midwest Farm Weekly.
Good morning and thank you for joining us on Midwest Farm Weekly. I'm Melaine Wells. On the show today, generations of cheesemakers in Kiel celebrate a major world win. We'll take you inside the plant at Hennings. Plus, meet the first of the finalists applying to become the next Alice in Dairyland. Kewaunee Kylie Pagel shares her passion. And a local author debuts a new kids book to help tell the story of Wisconsin agriculture. It involves Pop-Tarts, and you'll want to stick around to hear just how those fit in the barn. In your news headlines today, a farm worker in Texas is now the second recent confirmed case of bird flu in a human. That person had direct contact with sick dairy cattle. Cow herds in Texas, Kansas, Michigan, and more have tested positive for the infection in recent days. This impacted worker developed pink eye-like symptoms, though doctors say there is a long list of other possible outcomes.
If somebody has upper respiratory symptoms, those flu-like symptoms, they have a fever, they have a cough, they maybe a fever and a sore throat. Those would be things that I would be concerned about if I was interacting with sick animals.
Doctors point out the pasteurization of milk kills the influenza virus, and they're emphasizing that our commercial dairy supply is safe. They also say the risk of this spreading from person to person is low. Farmers in Wisconsin are being asked to watch their herds for symptoms of bird flu. Infected animals exhibit decreased activity and a loss of milk production, alongside potential dehydration and fever. There are typically noticeable thickening and yellowing of their milk. If those symptoms are observed, you need to contact your veterinarian right away. The first crop progress and condition report of the year is here. It has an emphasis on wheat. Winter wheat condition was 1% very poor, 3% poor, 28% fair, 58% good, and 10% excellent. Nationally, our producers have planted 2% of corn. That's slightly above an average year. In the past week, snow delayed field work in northern Wisconsin. The hope is, though, that the rain and snow will ultimately improve our soil conditions, because as of this report, more than half the state was below adequate moisture levels. Oat planting progress about 2% complete, while spring tillage now 3% complete. At the recent World Championship Cheese Contest, Hennings Wisconsin cheese brought home several awards, but it was their high scores on an aged cheddar that earned them the title of top 20 in the world. So we took a trip to their factory to learn about their recipe for success.
Well, we made that cheese back in October of 2022. Okay. So it's already a year and a half ago that we made that.
And perhaps this aging cooler is home to a future award winner. Some of these blocks are 10 years old, just waiting for their time to shine.
Well, we entered probably about 9 different cheeses. 3 of them placed first, second, or third. So we had a first in our year and a half old cheddar, a first in our Dragon's Breath cheddar, which is a dried habanero and cheddar cheese combination.
Cheese made in Kiel, where the roots of Hennings cheese go back several generations.
My grandfather started making cheese in 1913, and he made cheese for 49 years before he passed away. Then my dad took over the business, and there's not a whole lot to see of the original plant anymore. We've kind of expanded, grown up over all around it. And so my dad made cheese for like 53 years, and I've been making cheese since 1981, so that's about 43 years already.
Good math.
So yes. And now I have a son and nephew who are in the business. My nephew is, I think he has 9 years, coming up on 10 under his belt, and my son has about 5 years under his belt.
The retail store features plenty of dairy products and also a museum to show the evolution of the business. It was a highlight during the World Cheese Championships as travelers from around the globe explored our state's signature industry.
It's always a friendly competition, but like I said, you run into people from around the world, or when they come in, say, from Switzerland or England, they're looking for something to do. And so, of course, cheesemakers want to visit other cheese factories. And so we'll get a number of the foreign cheesemakers stopping in here, then we get to chat, and then maybe we get to visit them someday if we're visiting that country. So it's kind of a camaraderie amongst cheesemakers.
Though we did win a number of gold medals, Hennings is one of only 2 Wisconsin businesses to make that top 20 out of more than 3,000 entries. This weekend, the New London FFA alumni host its 27th annual Toy and Craft Show. On Sunday, head to the middle school between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. Admission is just $3. 10 and under are free. Leading up to the Alice in Dairyland finals happening in Door County this May, we are learning more about the finalists. Kylie Pagel is one of them. First of all, we say congratulations.
Thank you.
How exciting. I've had the chance to get to meet these fantastic candidates for this year, and now you'll get a chance to as well. Tell us a bit about your personal connection to agriculture.
So I actually grew up on my family's dairy farm. I grew up originally on our heifer facility in Coleman, Wisconsin, and there I grew up. I learned how to drive a tractor. I learned the importance of working with animals and loving them, of course. Yeah. And then eventually I came back and we moved back to Kewanee to our home farm, and I've been on the dairies pretty much since. I was there as an intern, and then I just kind of grew with it, and here we are now.
Fantastic. Throughout your years, you have served in a number of different roles, volunteering, being on different boards, speaking at events. The fair, though, seems to have played a central role to all of that. Talk about your experience there.
Yeah, so I was the 2020 Kewanee County Fairs to the Fair, and unfortunately, due to COVID, my reign was cut a little short. But in my short period of time that I was able to do things, I got to get a lot of interaction with different people before COVID hit, and then right at the end of 2020, when things started to normalize again. But I also got a lot of social media experience, and that kind of, I think, is what started to grow my passion, and where I am today is I saw what I was doing and what I was capable of doing, and I think that's where I really started to find my love for educating on social media.
It seems like educating is key to everything that you're doing, working with kids. You've hosted a number of events at your family farm, and in addition to that, why kids? Why do you like to work with them?
Because, I mean, kids growing up, it's all about what they see, and at the end of the day, like, what they see is what they know growing up. And we have a lot of kids. We do a lot of stuff with schools from the surrounding counties, and sometimes you have kids that have never seen a tractor, have never seen a cow or anything like that. So we can bring them in and show them what farming is. It's a whole new experience for them, and just to see the smile on their face or the light bulb in their head that's going to kick when it's ready, like, that's what it's all about for me. That's why kids are important, and that's why I love teaching kids.
Is that why Alice in Dairyland was the next logical step? Why did you apply?
I think so, because I see everything that she does, and she gets to go work with schools. Like, I actually get to go on my ride-along coming up here with the current Alice, Ashley Hagenow, and I'm going to a school, and I'm like, I couldn't have got put with a better place to go than working with kids in a school for meeting with Alice. So I'm so excited, and that is probably definitely why I'm here doing what I am now.
Yeah, on a day-to-day basis, you mentioned it briefly, you're working with your family farm. I love the diversification that you get to work with, because not only do you have the dairy, but you guys work with cheese processing as well. Talk a bit about how you love having your hands in so many parts of the industry.
So I'm actually very fortunate. I've got to put my hands in almost every part of the industry at this point now, growing up with the heifers and the calves, and now doing the marketing and overseeing all of our facilities is huge. But then come Christmas time, I get to go to the cheese store and make cheese boxes and work with all the cheese scales. So I have my hand in every single pot and dish that we have, and it's exhilarating, and every day is not the same. And I think that's what I like most about it, is that no matter what, there's a different challenge ahead, and your day isn't just the same every single time. I
know when we spoke briefly at the announcement of the finalists, you said you were excited to get to explore Wisconsin's diverse agriculture beyond dairy too.
Yeah, I am a small town girl from Kewanee County, and I have seen dairy my entire life, but this experience could bring on a whole new world of things that I don't know about, and different things that I just want to learn more about.
Well, I say it every year, I do not envy the judges who ultimately have to select our next Alice. No doubt the experience leading up to it fulfilling for all of these young women. We'll be sure to update you on the process. I'm excited to host the finales when they happen in May in Door County. Good luck to you, and enjoy the process.
Thank you.
Storm Team 5's Alexis Staniak joining us now. Last weekend's show, we were quite dry in areas across Wisconsin. The graphic behind you says otherwise. 9 inches of fresh precipitation.
Yeah, you know, while we did have that winter storm warning take effect, roads were dangerous at some point throughout this storm. At least we're starting to see more water and precipitation come down, and we do need the accumulation. We did accumulate from this week's system anywhere from 5 inches up to almost 10 inches. Appleton accumulated almost 8 inches. And on top of that, we were very windy. We accumulated about 56-mile-per-hour wind gusts at peak here in Green Bay at the Austin-Straubel Airport. Whitman at around 46 miles per hour. Now, we are slowly accumulating back into snowfall, almost 47 inches for the entire season, still below average for this time of the year and still below where we sat in the year of 2023. This time last year, we saw almost 75 inches. So quite a difference there, but there is still snowpack on the ground. As of Thursday, about 3 inches on the ground for most areas here in northeast Wisconsin. Much more snowpack still on the ground the further north you go towards the areas like Marquette and up towards Escanaba as well. Now into this weekend, we're going to start to see some melting. Temperatures back to average and then above average. 50 degrees for your Saturday, 51 on Sunday, 56 Monday, back to the 60s midweek next week, and then we hold pretty steady in the mid to upper 50s, even low 60s through the end of next weekend. And that is because the Climate Prediction Center has put us in this above average category for temperatures leading towards the next week to 2 weeks, so into the middle to almost end of April. Now we will be below for precipitation again for most of Wisconsin and most of northeast Wisconsin, while areas further to our south and east will be well above average for precipitation. We're only looking at about 1/2 inch, maybe an inch to come through of liquid precipitation, even though we do have quite a few rain chances as we continue into next week. Look towards the southern parts of the Midwest, Cincinnati, St. Louis, almost an inch to 2 inches of liquid precip to come through. And on top of that, with those warmer temperatures, it looks like we're not going to be seeing much more snowfall come through as temperatures sit back into the 60s towards the middle of this month. Stay with us. More Ag News coming up after the break.
Welcome back. You know our contributor Jeremy Hansen from his Life on the Farm segments. Though we feel sometimes like we're asking you to do this full time, you do have a full-time position with Fox Valley Technical College as a farm business production management instructor. Thank you for joining us here today. Nice to see you.
Yes, good morning. It's great to be here.
So we want to set the stage by letting people know who it is that you work with, who can tap into the classes that you offer.
Right. Primarily who I work with is the farmers out in the communities, farmers and small businesses, and we work on business.
And I love that it is most often on-farm advice. You are sitting down around the kitchen table where we know so many decisions are made and working with these producers. Why is that an important part of this?
Well, a lot of what we talk about when it comes to money and financing, things like that, that's all confidential things. We don't need to share that in a classroom. So it's all individual, personalized instruction with the farms.
When it comes specifically to finances, what are you hearing from the farmers that you work with?
Oh, it's challenging right now, believe it or not. We have obviously some low milk prices, and we have some low commodity prices as well.
So what advice are you offering as we head into that busy planting season?
And this has been a very complex thing we've been doing all year so far. Sure. And we have to watch what we spend this year. We look at doing a lot of budgeting. So we are looking at, every farm's different, but our cost of production numbers for corn, we're in that mid $3 per bushel to upper $3 per bushel. In soybeans, we're at that $9.50 to $9.80 just on our budgets. So we got to watch what we spend.
Mm-hmm. Are farmers sometimes surprised when they sit down with you and make that official list of expenditures? I know sometimes there are things that even in my budget I don't realize I'm spending on.
Right. Well, there is a lot of costs that I use, and like the cost of owning equipment is one of them. It's like, well, I got this tractor and it's paid for. Well, no, there's still a cost involved. So that's higher than people think.
When it comes to labor, no doubt you guys talk about that as well. What are your farmers seeing? Is the hiring market improved at all? Are they still struggling to find workers?
Finding workers that stick around is difficult. I see farmers that I work with are working more and more hours every day and having less and less time for everything else, and that's a little disturbing on my part because they work super hard.
When someone is listening to this very brief conversation and garnering something that they can take away and make an improvement or alleviate a bit of stress, what would that item be?
Alleviating stress? I think a big part of that is just being able to talk to someone with a common frame of reference. And sometimes when I'm on farms, as an example, we don't even talk about farming. We don't get that far.
You settle marriage disputes, is that?
Hopefully not.
We won't air that here.
But I think that common ear
yes.
with someone that understands the industry and just to kind of, hey, what's going on here? And I think that is so helpful in a lot of different reasons. Well,
speaking of, if a student is out there or someone thinks that their farm might benefit from your services, what are our next steps?
Well, give me a call, and we can definitely talk.
Well, we appreciate the advice that you give us week in and week out. Know that you're not alone if you're trying to find those items and places that you can save just a little bit. But thanks to help of experts in our community, you are able to pull that off. Jeremy, we appreciate you being here.
It's my pleasure.
More Midwest Farm after a short break. When telling the story of Wisconsin agriculture, author Chase Pagel has a lot of experience to draw on. She is here today with a look at her new children's book. Good morning to you and congratulations.
Good morning. Thank you very much.
This has been a lot of years in the making, right?
Yes, it has been. I started this process back in 2022, doing a lot of research and figuring out how I wanted to accomplish this goal. And in 2023, I actually found a local publishing company, Titletown Publishing, and met an amazing woman, Tracy, who has helped me through this journey and make my goal into a reality.
So what led you to write Roscoe's Sweet Treats?
So Roscoe's Sweet Treats actually started years ago at our heifer facility in Coleman, Wisconsin. It's about my daughter, my eldest daughter, Kylie, and her Jersey steer, Roscoe. Okay. And by dumb luck, we found out that he really enjoyed sweet treats, and his by far favorite were strawberry Pop-Tarts. And he has enjoyed treats from gummy bears, Sour Patch Kids, cupcakes, all the way to his favorite of the strawberry Pop-Tarts. So he really enjoyed his sweet treats, and we enjoyed being able to share those memories with him.
So if someone is watching and going, wait a second, earlier in the show you interviewed someone named Kylie Pagel. Now we have another Pagel on who wrote about a Kylie. These are in fact the same person.
They are the same person. So yes, Kylie is, who you saw earlier, is my daughter, and yeah, she is in the running for the Allison Dairyland, so we're very proud of her, and she's very excited to be part of this book and this journey at our dairy farm in Kewanee, Wisconsin. She actually gets to do the farm tours, and so now she's actually reading the book to kids. She actually got to do it for the first time last week. She got lots of great questions, and they were very excited to know that she was in the book, and then that was her and her story. So it was very exciting for her, very exciting for them, and very exciting for us as a family.
What do you hope your readers take away from the book?
Just a different sense of the dairy farming community. My books are going to be a little bit different than some of those that you see on the cover of my first book. The farm looks a little bit different than those on many other dairy book covers. So it's not a little red barn, but it's actually what our barn in Coleman looks like. It's our heifer facility, and it's just going to be a little bit different feel and a little bit different, but I hope to educate people and get people to understand that dairy for the most part is one big farm family. So
I love that big or small there's a place in agriculture, and you're highlighting that in your next book. You already have big plans for a second one.
Yes, so our second book is Big Farms, Little Farms, and it's going to go over a lot of different types of farms in Kewanee, Door County. We have an apple orchard, a tree farm. We have our large family farm, and we have a small family farm. We have goat farmers, and at the end of the book you're going to be able to meet the families behind all these different farms. And so it's going to be a way to educate the public that there's more to agriculture than just a dairy farm. And so you're going to get to meet all these different types of farms and all these different types of people.
You did not grow up, though, right? In a farm setting. You actually married into it as well,
I did,
right?
yes, I did. A great teacher. My husband has been very patient with me over the last few years. But no question was ever a bad question or a stupid question. He always took the time to educate me and to get me to learn the ins and outs of dairy, and I actually will repeat stuff back to him now, and he's like, where did you learn that? And I'm like, you taught me that. And he's like, I don't even remember that. So
there are times things come out of my mouth that I stop and go, wait, did I just ask about an articulating tractor? And it was just natural conversation.
Yes.
So it's great, though, to raise that awareness because fewer people are growing up on the farm than ever before. Was that part of why you wanted to connect with our youngest consumers?
Yeah, and I feel like it's a way to connect with the young consumers, but it's also a way to connect with their parents too, who may not have that knowledge of the farm either. So as they may get this farm as a small child and the adults are reading it to them, they're going to be able to learn right along with their kids, and their kids are going to have more knowledge going forward into the future too. So I'm really hoping that everybody enjoys it and likes it as much as we do.
For our Saturday viewers, there's a book signing event happening. Where is that going on?
It's at Tractor Supply on the Saturday from 11 to 1.
Okay. In Kewanee?
In Kewanee, yes.
Wonderful. And if we want to get our hands on the book, how do we do that?
The book is online. It's on Amazon, Target, Walmart, Barnes & Noble. Wow. So you can go online, order your copy, and yeah, we really appreciate it and hope you enjoy it.
Congratulations on the new book. We'll be sure to link you up on our website later today.